out how to start, so I decided to go alphabetical. So, we will start with, this right up. Federal Aviation Administration, Rochester, New York, Flight Standards District Office is pleased to announce that Mr. Thomas Sierra of Lancaster, New York, born on October 8, 1949, has been selected to receive the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award. The FAA Administrator has signed Tom's award certificate, and his name will appear on the Roll of Honor maintained by the FAA. Tom entered the U.S. Air Force in 1967 and began his aviation career as an aircraft mechanic on F-100 and T-33 aircraft at Niagara Falls Air Force Base. He also spent a year in Vietnam during his enlistment, maintaining F-100 aircraft. After the Air Force, Tom worked as an apprentice at CNS Aviation under the supervision of his brother and earned his airframe and power plant mechanic certificate in December of 1971. Over the next 50-plus years as an A&P mechanic, Tom maintained aircraft for several companies in the Western New York area to include CNS Aviation, Ulster Aviation, and as chief inspector for Buffalo Air Parks Repair Station. He also acted as the U.S. Department of Defense Quality Assurance Representative for several models of aircraft that were on loan to Tailspan Research, Flight Research. He was also assigned to Moog and Sierra Technologies as government supervisor on many research projects. Some significant notables. Tom performed a complete restoration of his Stinson aircraft. This project was part of his college degree program that helped him earn his bachelor's degree. He received his FAA inspection authorization in 1975 and has kept it current to this day. Tom also earned his private pilot certificate in 1973, his commercial certificate in 1977, and his instrument rating in 1979. Tom comes highly recommended for this award by his aviation community peers and is known to always maintain aircraft in a safe and professional manner and to be of good moral character. On behalf of the Federal Aviation Administration, it is with great honor that we present this Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award to Mr. Thomas Joseph Sierra. And I also have Belgians for yourself and your spouse as reminders that you now have become one of Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award recipients. I also have a copy of the FAA's Blue Ribbon Package, which is every document submitted to the FAA Airman Branch under your name. There's test scores and temporary airman certificates and your whole package right there. Your whole history. Your whole history. All right. Again, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Recording you as well.
I'd like to thank everybody.
My wife, family, my big brother there, who's pretty significant in my career, so thank you very much for everything you've done, and friends, family, and everybody else that came out here today. Thank you to the FAA for everything we've done throughout the years. Thank you so much.
Next, we'll have Janet present the next award. There is a microphone if you want to use it.
Do you guys hear me back there? Okay. All right, next up, we've got the Federal Aviation Administration in Rochester, New York, Flight Standards District Office is where I work. We are pleased to announce that Mr. Paul Holmes, Niagara Falls, New York, born on April 19, 1955, has been selected to receive the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award. The FAA Administrator has signed Paul's award certificate, and his name will appear on the roll
lapel pins for you and your significant other, to show that you are a recipient and that your significant other did support you throughout your aviation career. And, we want to have you use one flag this time. Walt, would you like to come up?
Which one?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You heard everything they said about what he did as a pilot and a mechanic. I just want to spend 30 seconds saying what he's done with respect to the museum. I'd say there's probably two people in the history of the Niagara Aerospace Museum who can be considered the heart and soul. One is the late Hugh Neeson, whom you heard about from Lindsay earlier. The other is Paul Fulton. His service to the museum has been immeasurable, and it is an honor to make this class serve at this time.
Just want to say thank you to everybody for showing up. Really appreciate it. Been a great career. Really got acknowledged two teachers, Bergard, Don Mueller, and Rod Sierra for faith you put in me and my family.
Moving on. Federal Aviation Administration, Rochester, New York, Flight Standards Office. Pleased to announce that Mr. Walter Lahowski of Tonawanda, New York, born October 2nd, 1937, has been selected to receive this prestigious award. The FAA administrator has signed Walter's award certificate, and his name will appear on the roll of honor maintained by the FAA. Walter attended Bergard Vocational High School in Buffalo, New York, and earned his airframe and power plant mechanic certificate on July 3rd of 1956. But before he earned his A&P, Waller started flying at the age of 12 and earned his private pilot certificate on October of 1954 at the age of 17. Walter joined the U.S. Army and served in the New York Air National Guard as an aircraft mechanic for over 15 years, maintaining Bell H-13 helicopters and Cessna L-19 observation aircraft, as well as the Avalon L-20 utility aircraft. He also spent time working for the Buffalo Aeronautical Corporation as an A&P mechanic, and was given the opportunity to serve as a charter pilot. Some significant notables: Walter has volunteered many hours over the years to several local aircraft restoration groups, including the Niagara Aerospace Museum, and to this day continues to volunteer at this museum giving guided tours. Walter comes highly recommended for this award by his aviation community peers, and is known to always maintain aircraft in a safe and professional manner. He is known for his work with vintage aircraft, and his attention to detail and workmanship have always been outstanding. On behalf of the Federal Aviation Administration, it is with great honor that we present this Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award to Mr. Walter Frank Lahowski. And I also have the blue ribbon package. And every document that's now currently in the Airman Branch in Oklahoma City for you. And Walt, I'd like to bring you back up with, we are supposed to have a plaque for Walter as well. Unfortunately, from the museum. It didn't arrive on time. We will start with the lapel pins for Walter and his significant other, and we'll get back to you with the plaque in the future, and I apologize for that.
Just to talk about Walter and the museum for just a moment as well. You heard he worked on the aircraft, played a very significant role in the restoration of that Denny was left of it bear no resemblance to an airplane. And you can see what's there right now. But his biggest role at the museum is as a docent, a volunteer to take people through. Not just a docent, but I think everyone who's familiar with the museum would agree, our number one docent. When we send friends and family and people to the museum, we say, it's wonderful, you're gonna wanna see it. They say, well, how long should we plan on spending? And we say, well, it depends who you get as a docent taking you through. And because Walter gives an incredible tour that none of the rest of us can come close to duplicating. He's a treasure to the museum and everyone who works here.
I'd like to thank the people that are here. I hope some of you are here because of me. I want to apologize if I don't recognize you immediately, because I do meet a lot of people here. And I hope I'm saying hello to all the people that we participate together in the tour. If I don't recognize you, please come up to me, and my memory will come back. What I hope, I'm very fortunate, I think, in aviation. I had a very fortunate childhood in a way. I happened to live next to a small airport when I was a kid. And I used to be the old Blaisdell Airport in Blaisdell, New York. I used to drive my bicycle up there. I used to stand between, in those days, all we had was a white picket fence. We didn't have gates or all this other stuff, ID or anything. And the guy who was running the place by the name of Frank Matheson, he just got sick and tired of looking at me. So, looked at this 12-year-old kid and he said, "Kid, if you're gonna stand here, you might as well come over here and we're gonna put you to work." You have to realize I'm approaching probably my 88th birthday, and I'm not too far in the future. I lived at a different age. Here I was 12 years old, started out washing windows, polishing airplanes, washing airplanes. And then, when I got to be around 13, they let me prop airplanes. Unbelievable, okay? I always tell people that at this age, probably, my mother probably would have turned into a child protective
From us, right?
Yeah.
You get a visit from us, right?
Well, I did. It's another story. I almost didn't get my private pilot's license because I was flying a little low over Farmville in East Aurora when I was practicing to pass my private pilot's license just before I became 17. And there was an inspector here by the name of Frank Boris, who was a real institution. I'll tell you about Frank Boris, who was in charge of the CAA office here in Buffalo. Well, anyway, I violated
Next up is Norm, can I get his name right? Urbanek? Sorry, Urbanek, okay. The Federal Aviation Administration, Rochester, New York, Flight Standards District Office, is pleased to announce that Norman Urbanek of New Spain, New York, born on June 15, 1952, has been selected to receive this prestigious award. The FAA Administrator has signed Norm's award certificate, and his name will appear on the roll of honor maintained by the FAA. Norm attended Burgard Vocational High School in Buffalo, New York, and after some postgraduate training, he earned his airframe and power plant mechanic certificate on November 22, 1971. That same month, Norm was drafted into the U.S. Air Force and worked in an aircraft mechanic squadron until discharged in June of 1975. After the Air Force, Norm worked for Buffalo Aeronautical Corporation, Eastern Airlines, and then spending 25 years with U.S. Airways continuing aircraft. He also spent 7 years working on the NFTA Metro before retiring in 2015. Norm comes highly recommended for this award by the aviation community peers and is known to always maintain aircraft in a safe and professional manner and be of good moral character. He is known for promoting the trade and the training junior mechanics in the field. On behalf of the Federal Aviation Administration, it is with great honor that we present this Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award to Mr. Norm John Urbanek.
Thank everybody here, my wife for putting up with me for 55 years, and the FAA for having the award. Thanks a lot.
Ribbon package, as I presented to the other recipients, with all of your documents, test scores going back to day one. I'd like to present that to you, and also the help in for you and your spouse, for her support in your career over the years. All right.
Last but not
Federal Aviation Administration, Rochester, New York, Flight Standards District Office is pleased to announce that Mr. Michael Van Auken of Rogers, Ohio, born on January 17, 1954, has been selected to receive this prestigious award. The FAA Administrator has signed Michael's award certificate, and his name will appear on the roll of honor maintained by the FAA. Michael attended Burgard Vocational High School in Buffalo, New York, and earned his airframe and power plant mechanic certificate on August 6, 1974. After earning his A&P, Mike began his aviation career working at Buffalo Aeronautical Corporation until 1975, when he joined Eastern Airlines. While at Eastern Airlines, he performed non-routine maintenance such as tire changes, hydraulic leaks, engine maintenance on aircraft to include DC-9s, Boeing 727s, and Lockheed L-1011s. Mike stayed for 12 years until going to work for U.S. Airways in 1988. Relocating to Pittsburgh in 1992 for U.S. Airways, Mike performed many different roles on several models of aircraft, working on Boeing 737s, 767s, Airbus 320s, Embraer E190s, just to name a few. He performed line maintenance, worked in the overhaul shop, performed aging aircraft checks and Wi-Fi modifications, and rising to the position of lead mechanic. Mike comes highly recommended for this award by his aviation community peers and is known to always maintain aircraft in a safe and professional manner and to be of good moral character. On behalf of the Federal Aviation Administration, it is with great honor that we present this Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award to Mr. Michael Donald Van Auken. blue ribbon package from the Airman Branch as well. And we have the lapel pins for yourself and your significant other. And then I'll have Walt come back up.
Actually, Paul, you should do this.
Paul's gonna do this one. So, I'd like to present you with the lapel pins as a Charles Taylor Master Mechanical Award recipient. And I'll have Paul do the plaque from the museum.
Just a special note, Mike and I graduated from Burgard in 1973 and the AP program in '74.
Floor is yours, Mike.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming, my wife, my sister, my in-laws. I'd like to thank, thank all my, fellow recipients I've worked with, went to school with. I'd like to thank my teachers, Ron Sierra and, Don Mueller. And it's been a great career, and I really appreciate, being where I was. Thank you.
There was a common theme for 4 of the 5 recipients today, and that's Burkhardt Vocational High School. And I do have someone here, a former instructor at Burkhardt that I would love to have come up and speak. Ron Sierra, brother of Tom Sierra. Also a Master Mechanical Award recipient. There is a microphone if you want it, Ron. I don't think so.
Thank you.
It's all yours.
I gotta apologize, though, I really didn't get the memo, and they said, you gotta talk about the Taylor thing. I thought they meant Swift. Sorry about that. But I gotta say, first of all, I'm not the only former faculty member. Some of you may have not known Don Mueller. Don, could you just stand up and take a bow or whatever? We actually both taught in the same room that Stan Fliss had prior to us. What I mean. I'd like to tell you a couple things about Burkhardt. All this is going on with Charles Taylor. We're looking at over 100 years ago. But there was other people in the picture. One of them is probably unknown to most people, is Daniel Upton. Daniel Upton had a dream that students would be able to go to school and leave the school and have the skills necessary to enter the workforce. Does that sound just as valid today? That dream came about, culminated in the vocational system in Buffalo, and the jewel was Burgard Vocational High School. That came into being in 1929. Bill Camprath was a very, very dedicated man. He served as the principal for many years. During this period of time, the greatest generation came about in World War II. They said the doors never closed. Rosie the Riveter, Wanda the Welder, they all learned those skills there. So this went on, and that's how it continued. Also, as you can see, there's been a lot of amazing people have gone to Burgard. They've got their credentials. Some have been recognized today. Some have been in the audience. Some of them are no longer with us. Burgard gave them the first rung on the ladder. It gave them something to start the skill. What they did with it was up to them, but that's the way it went. There were some days, particularly in the 70s, getting through the day was not easy. If you know any of these people, they can elaborate just how bad it was. But they somehow got through it, built their skills, and went on from there. So it's too bad that the program no longer exists. I feel bad about that, but I guess that's life. So I'd just like to say that it's something that was there for a while, and now it's gone, and hopefully a lot of memories. So recognize people here, and could we somehow get a show of hands? How many people have a connection to Burgard in some respect? We've got quite a few of them over here. Mark, you were in the class.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking day school, night school, whatever, somehow it made an impact on your life, and I think it's really significant.
I didn't go to Beauregard, but all the way to the airport, it's like, what's the firing order for a four-cylinder opposed engine?
This is true. You know, I hate, you know, I could really say something about probably every person here, but, you know, it gets dark kind of early. So I really gotta say a few things like, both Tom and Paul, we would go to the airport, Palmer Airport in particular, was a long drive. We would talk about firing order of cylinders, of different things like that, all the way up there, all the way back, and that's it. Now Tom never really had a chance. It was in the stars. We have at least 4 of our uncles and cousins worked in aerospace before us. And then we came along, and of course, when I was doing things that be involved in model airplanes, he'd get dragged along, he didn't have a choice. So he didn't have a choice, it was destined, but we got him the first rung on the ladder, just like everybody else, and moved forward from there. So, on behalf of everybody who's ever had anything to do with Beauregard, thank you for being here, and let's hope we can get some pictures later. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm gonna be obnoxious and jump in again. Could we have another show of hands of everyone who is associated with Beauregard? Because that was remarkable, and I want to take a picture for the museum. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and one more. Thank you very much.
We currently have 3 inspectors at the Rochester FISDO that are all Beauregard graduates as well. So it reaches out. It's not just this little pocket of, you know, they get out, and they get around it. I want to thank the museum for hosting this great event today. I want to congratulate all the recipients of the award on behalf of the And I know that we want to get pictures. You can get pictures for, Ron wants to take pictures for your news email, and I'm sure the museum would like some pictures of the Beauregard, well, all of the recipients. Sorry, Tom, no offense. So that concludes this part of the award ceremony, and we can do pictures wherever you'd like to do them. Thank you.
Good meeting. You too. See you around.